Good evening here in Colorado, but I know it's good morning to you if you're in Romania or on the other side of the world. Good afternoon or good night. Who knows where you are? Anyway, I just want to thank you for being here with us, being here with me, being here with my guest, who is an absolutely amazing, phenomenal. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to bring my guest live to you and talk to him. But before I do that, I have an ask. If you can please, please, please share our live with your friends and your family, with your Facebook world, so that we can get the world out about what it means to be victorious as an author, as a father, and just as an amazing person. So please share this and let me bring my guest onto the stage. By the way, happy St. Patrick's Day. We're wearing green today, but my guest has a surprise. Let me bring him on stage. Ah, hello there, my friend. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, Theodora. How are you?
You're so amazing. You're so amazing, and I didn't even meet you in person yet, and I can say that already about you.
Thank you for that introduction. That was heartfelt and made me feel really good. I
It's true.
appreciate that.
Everything I say is true, and everything the way I introduce my guest and how I want others to feel about you is exactly how I feel about my guest. And so everything I said is true, and I want to thank you for taking the time to be here with me tonight. I know it's holiday, and I know, you could be partying, you could be with friends, you could be with family, and just be out having fun. However, you choose to be here with me on Be Victorious, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me on.
Yeah, of course. Tell me, how do we know each other? Where did this friendship started? How did you find me? How did I find you? How did it start?
Well, it started on social media, and I came across one of your podcasts, and it was so positive and encouraging, and I absolutely loved your voice. So I wrote a book, and in writing the book, I knew I wanted to do an audible copy of that book. And when I was going through my mind of whose voice I absolutely loved and adored, it was yours. So I took the chance and reached out and said, "Hey, how's it going? Can you do me a huge favor?" And you replied back. And from that moment on, you recorded the audiobook for me, and we've grown a magical friendship.
Why would I not respond to you? And why would I have not said, absolutely sure I will help? And why, we're in this world together to help each other, and I can never say no to helping. And so I was honored by your request. This was actually the first time ever that I had that happen to me, and I was so surprised. I couldn't believe that I get to do that. But take me back a little bit and help me get Steven better, even better. Where were you born and raised?
Born and raised in Denver, Colorado,
Uh,
in East Denver. Um, Went to school here in Denver and started off in Catholic school, then moved to public school. Graduated from Manual slash Denver School of the Arts. Um, Denver School of the Arts was first year my freshman year. So
wow.
I've always been an artist, and when I heard about it, I was like, "That's where I want to go to school."
That's awesome.
And went there for all 4 years and graduated and had a blast growing up. Um, but yeah, I'm a Denverite.
How much did Denver change in the past 20 years since you graduated?
So it's funny that you mentioned that. I was just talking to my sister today about it. Manual High School growing up was in 5 Points, and 5 Points was considered to be um, the hood, for lack of a better term. And growing up, I had a lot of gang member friends that I went to school with. Um, but they absolutely loved me because I drew their tattoos for them. Everybody wanted superheroes and comic books and characters, and they all knew that I was the one that would draw. So they'd come to me, and that's kind of how I made it through high school. And now to see 5 Points, it's been gentrified and changed, and it's upscale, and I'm like, wow, this is so different. Growing up, there was a lot of land. I mean, a lot of land. It seemed to take forever to go from Denver to Colorado Springs, and now it's one big city. So it has changed a lot.
Doesn't even feel that long anymore because you're literally just from city to city to city to city, and then you're there, right?
Exactly,
I mean,
exactly.
I came to Denver 17 years ago, and I remember back then how it was and how it is now, and what a difference it, let's even say 10 years, right? So it's such a big difference. I can only imagine from 15 years ago.
Well, even the demographics changed because I remember growing up and everybody outside of Colorado thought Colorado was a cow town with cowboys just riding around on horses. And now everybody's like, it's a different kind of town.
Yes.
But
You mentioned that your friends were coming to you. Say that again. They were coming to you to draw superheroes.
mhm.
Does that have something to do with all the Superman stuff that's on you, around you? Tell me about your
So
Superman. What's going on with that?
I've always been a geek nerd by nature. I've always been, I've always read comic books. I've always drawn comic book characters. And my favorite superhero is Superman. The funny part about Superman, though, is that majority of people who like Superman like him for his powers. They like him for his strength. They like him for his ability to fly. They like him for his laser vision. But I don't. Um, Superman is the ultimate superhero for one reason and one reason only. He is powerful enough that he can take over the planet, but he is gentle enough where he doesn't. He is humble enough where, even though he knows he's stronger than everybody, he lifts everybody else up. Plus, he's an immigrant from another planet, and he works for the media. So
Yes,
that's why I love Superman.
that's so awesome. That's so cool. I love that. I also love that the reasons why you admire him and your comparison to other people. I never thought about it that way. I mean, listen, I didn't grow up watching cartoons because we have only like 10 minutes of cartoons and it was always Tom and Jerry. And then I have a daughter who watched the princesses and Barbies when she was little, so there was not a lot of superheroes. But I still know a little bit about them. However, I was never a superhero kind of person, so I never thought about it. Do I like him or not, or what? But that's such a cool comparison and reasoning. I love that. I love that a lot. That's awesome. Um, I feel like we kind of have to be the superheroes of our life somehow. So tell me about the adult life as young adult and job. And I know you have children, and I know you love children because we're gonna get to talk about your book, and I will bring in and show it and present it. But tell me a little bit about adult, like young adult life.
So, in my young adult life, people who knew me back then, I was a stand up comedian. I performed stand up comedy on stage throughout Colorado
Do you
for
still
6 years. Mhm.
you
Comedy work. Mhm. I wrote and performed. I performed in a Superman jacket. My nickname was Soups. And I observed the world in a completely different way. Now, granted, back then our president was George W. Bush, so there was a lot that I could talk about. There was a lot that was going on, and people craved comedy. So I would observe and just notice little things. And rather than talking about our differences, I always talked about our similarities of things that made us humans, but we can absolutely laugh about that are hysterical. And people loved that. Now, granted, a lot of people didn't want to hear it from a 22, 23-year-old. Like, how could you talk about something like that when most 40-year-old people don't understand it? And I'm like, oh, because I understand how people think. And it was fun. We would travel around. It was a nightlife. It was different places. And then I started what was called the Colorado Comedy Circuit. And I invited comedians that were just starting out to come perform on a stage. And I had stages where they would record CDs. So I got comedians who were able to get their own CDs and record their material and listen to it and improve on it and become better comedians. And it was so much fun to do that.
That's incredible. I had no idea. You keep like bringing surprises to my attention, and I'm like, oh my god, I had no idea.
Well, I've got another one for you.
Okay,
I was also a bowler, and I bowled a 300 game during leagues.
I will never go bowling with you because I'm not a good loser.
Oh, I get very showboaty when I bowl. I will strike a pose. I would turn around when I knew it threw a good ball and knew it was going to be a strike, and do a little dance coming down the aisle. Like, yeah, that's me.
That's awesome. Wow. Did you compete like in like competitions or?
I bowled in state every year. Um, my dad was an amazing bowler. He taught me how to bowl, and I grew up in a bowling alley. My parents had a Wednesday night league from the time I was 2 years old. And every Wednesday we would be at the bowling alley. And at that time they had a nursery, so my brother and I would play in the nursery. And by the time I got older, then we would be on a lane and we would learn how to bowl. And my dad was there, and I just kept getting better and better and better and better. And then we started, playing for money at the end of leagues and trying to get as much possibly bowling in as we could. And it was fun.
That's so incredible. I knew you're a victorious person. I just didn't know how victoriously amazing because everything you've done, and wow, that's awesome. That's so cool.
Thank
Okay,
you.
now let's go to a few things that I know so that I can breathe
Okay.
from all this shocking news. Um, I know you have children.
I do.
How many children do you have?
Six of them.
6 children.
Six
Okay.
children.
Are
Um,
they in any way related to the book?
so my oldest, she's 22, and she's my biggest supporter. She was the one that's told me the entire time, because we haven't really talked about this yet, but when I wrote the book, I was in a very bad place. Um, I was in a bad mental place. I was in a bad depression. Things weren't going well. And when I wrote it, it just came out, just out of the blue one day. I just wrote the book. And from day one, my oldest was like, wow, Dad, this is incredible. You need to make this a book. And I started drawing the characters. And she was like, oh, wow, that one's so cute. Or maybe you need to change this one up. Or, wow, that's such a great picture. And every picture she saw, she was just so enthusiastic about it. Then when I reached out and I found a publisher, she was like, oh, that's so awesome. And it slowly started to come together. And she was with me every step of the way. And then she got sick and she was in the hospital for almost 2 months. And every time I drew something, I would send it over to her and she would be excited about it. So if you see my book, it's dedicated, and the first dedication is to Callie, who's my oldest daughter. And I don't think I would have been able to make it without her help. My next is she's 20, and she is my my party girl, my fun one, my enthusiastic. Gotta watch out for her, but man, I'm so proud of her because she's such a great girl. And I have my son, my only son, and his name is Blake Street. His name is Blake Street because he was conceived during the Rockies' run of the World Series. And I am a huge baseball fan, especially a Colorado Rockies fan. And I have Chloe, and she is stubborn and strong, and she's got a fiery nature about herself. She will argue with you about anything. So you've got to pay attention to her as much as you can. But she's a leader, and she's 8. And I have Carlin. Carlin is named after my favorite comedian, George Carlin. She's 5, and she is the sweetest girl you will ever meet. She loves hugs. She loves attention. She always gives kisses. She's just so sweet. And then there's Cassie, my baby. She is the ultimate daddy's girl. She is the one that I have put to sleep every night for her whole life. She is the one that is constantly around me. And now that she's 3, she is just constantly, Daddy, look at me, look at me, look at me. Look, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to dance. Look at this. And she loves to dance. And she loves the Wednesday Addams song. And she does the dance. She's figured it out. And she knows how to dance to that. So she is high energy, high voltage. And I love them all to death. They're all different, but 6 kids, yeah.
You're such a victorious father. Wow, 6 children. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's awesome. I love again how you describe them and how much you love them is so felt through the tone of your voice and through the way to describe them, and you just how you talk to them about them. It's so amazing. I want to bring out the book. Yeah.
Okay.
So here is Curiosity and Encouragement Change the World. And this is the front and the back, the last page, right?
The front and back, correct. The front cover and back cover.
Okay. And I know it says down here book 1 of the Pet series. Let's talk about that.
Okay.
What do you mean book 1? So there's more?
There is. So when I first wrote the book, I named the book The Passionate and Epic Tales of Curiosity and Encouragement. I loved the sound of it. But my publisher was like, that is too long of a title. You can't have that title. And I said, okay. So we agreed on Curiosity and Encouragement Change the World. And I said, well, I've written more books, and I want to do a series of it. He said, well, what should we call this series? I said, well, I wanted to call it Passionate Epic Tales of Curiosity and Encouragement. Why don't we call it PET? So PET stands for Passionate Epic Tales. And the first book is Curiosity and Encouragement Change the World. And how they change the world is through love, because love will change the world. Book 2, I was looking for some inspiration. So I went live on TikTok, and I had some people come in, and I was like, what should I write about? And I had a kid come in out of nowhere say, you should write about it's okay for kids to go to their parents should they ever have anxiety or fear of something, and it's okay to talk to their parents or somebody that they feel safe with. And it took me a minute, and I said, that is a great idea. So book 2 is Curiosity and Encouragement Overcome Fear. And it sticks with the love aspect of it. And it goes through curiosity has some fear and anxiety over a lightning storm. And encouragement, you know, does what encouragement does. She encourages him and she shows him love, and they overcome that fear. The third book, again, I went live on TikTok and was looking for some inspiration. And this guy comes on. He's like, my kid's being bullied at school. maybe you can write about that. And I thought about that and said, okay. So the third book is Curiosity and Encouragement Find Hope. And it's all about a bully at school. And we meet a new cat. Spoiler alert, her name is Hope. And it's about her tale, how it intertwines with curiosity and encouragement. So I'm trying to expand out the world of curiosity and encouragement by adding more characters and more cats. So you can build this whole world with them. Should anybody out there listen, know anybody in the field that wants to make a something?
A movie, right?
Oh man, that would be amazing.
A Disney or a play. You know, all the art schools. I mean, my daughter was in an art magnet school before,
Okay.
they should put together a play based on your book, play it on stage for second grade, third grade, fourth grade, anyway,
Oh
first grade.
wow,
How cool would that be?
that would be amazing.
I gotta get you in touch with the principal. She's a very good friend of ours, and we like all the teachers. Even though I must switch schools, we're we have a very good relationship, friendship with them, so we can go in and see if they would put a play together for
Wow,
first grade.
that would be a dream come true. But
We're gonna
I
go.
I grew up as a theater kid, so I always did plays and musicals all throughout my school.
I don't know
Middle school.
if you remember, but I posted a picture about a hammock. It was a memory from 10 years ago when Alma was sitting under the table.
Yes,
One of my friends, remember that picture? One
yes.
of my friends commented and said, do a redo, and I did. So be careful what you put into Eudora's brain because she's going to make things happen here. Don't challenge Theodora because she's like that.
I love it.
I think we should definitely have a play, have kids play it. That would be awesome.
That would be amazing. It
How
really
do
would
we
be.
buy the book? Is it so? What the curio? I know. I mean, I have the. Is the book live? Can we buy it?
Yes, it is. It's live on Amazon right now. Both Kindle edition and you can purchase it um, for a book. And when you get it, it looks like this. You can actually hold it in your hand and read it to your kids, and just enjoy curiosity and encouragement forever.
You gotta go read it to the kids in schools. Is this the right? Um, I found it on Amazon. Is this where we can go buy it?
That is correct. That is the link to go
I'm
straight
gonna
to the
leave.
Amazon store.
I'm gonna leave this here for a minute so that our audience, our friends, can get the link and go buy the book and read it to the kids. And I just love that. First of all, I love the story of the book, and it's so cute, and it's just adorable how they come together, and how love. You're right. Love does change everything in life when we
Yes,
have.
it does.
So that's so awesome. Oh my gosh, what what else are you thinking? Like, I want to know, I want to go back to your victorious attitude. I know that we found this friendship started because you said that you found me and I inspired you. But however, you have something in you that keeps you going, and you have that positive attitude. It just needed to be, it just needed Theodora to remind you of who you are. And I want to know, how did you, we might, we, I think we're all working on it. But if you were to give an advice to somebody that, maybe is in a situation where they don't find themselves victorious and powerful and strong, what would you tell them? How do we help somebody to go from a transition to really get there and be strong and victorious?
Coming from personal experience, it's never too late. It's never too late to start a new beginning. And I know it's scary. I know that change is something that we're not easily adaptable to. Um, Sometimes it's forced, and you have to accept it, turn it into something positive, and build from it. When it comes to realizing that you can do it, you can do it. When you have that mindset and you actually go forth and you do it, and everything changes. Um, get out of your old routine. If every day you wake up and you're sad and you do the same thing day in, day out, you go to bed and you're sad, change your routine. Even if it's just one little thing that you change during the day, change. And then things will start to blossom. They will, as I call it, add that spark. That spark will turn into a fire. That fire can turn into a wildfire. And the next thing you know, who you were last week, last year, 10 years ago, you won't even recognize it anymore. And do it for yourself.
Ah, thank you. That was so beautifully said and so true. I admire you, Steven, so much, and I'm so grateful that you said hi. Can you read my book? I'm so thankful that you really saw in me that somebody that will help. And even though I always want to help and I'm there to help, um, I know that you knew that it's a friendship will come out of that. So
I I didn't know what to expect, to be honest with you. I really just wanted your voice. I thought your voice was perfect. Because when I was envisioning curiosity and encouragement, I needed something that was a little bit more exotic, a little bit more um, not what you hear on the everyday basis of things. I wanted it to be unique, and that's why I came to you, because your accent is like perfect. It's not overly, out there, but it's not noticeable. And it was like, that is it. That is
this
it right there.
this is not
And
about me. This is about you.
but it's what made it a little bit more special. And for me personally, I've put so much passion behind this project. I've put so much emphasis on wanting it to just be that. I wanted it to be a certain way. So I've controlled everything, which is why I was also the illustrator for it, because I didn't want somebody else to draw the pictures for me.
You draw, so you wrote this book and you draw the book, and
Yep,
wow.
every page written and illustrated by me.
Are you doing the same with the other two?
I am.
Wow.
I am.
That's a that's amazing.
it's uh, it's funny because all my life I've drawn. Ever since I was 5 years old, I've drawn, and I've drawn characters that have gone nowhere, but they were fun to draw at the time. Um, and curiosity and encouragement were just different. If you look at some of the screenshots of it, there's a page that has an about me section, and there's a cat that I'm holding, and his name is Milo, but he's the inspiration for curiosity. And um, I would just watch Milo and just get little ideas of things, and I want to take him when I do book readings at bookstores and just have him be there, show kids like, look, here's curiosity.
Oh my God. I have chills. You're so amazing. Oh, I really appreciate your time. I can't wait to meet you and hug you and just meet in person. We're both here in Denver and we haven't met yet, even though we work together. And Technology is amazing, so I'm grateful for that. But we'll make it happen and get together and celebrate. We need to celebrate your victory publishing your first book and all the excitement that's coming now, getting to work more and promote this book and make it into a movie, make it into a play, and make it into um, something big.
That
Big.
would be amazing. That would be amazing. Did you get a chance to listen to the audiobook?
A little bit, yes. Before we went live, I did. It's interesting. It's so weird to hear my own voice. I, I don't know.
It was fun putting it together. It was
It's such an honor, truly. It was such an honor to record the reading, and I was very impressed with how. I mean, I think I tried a few times, but really not many times. And then you said this is great. So
it is. It came out. It came out wonderful, and it flows perfectly. And you read it word for word, and it's going to be fun to send out.
how do we find? Is it going to be live on Audible or where is or you?
So I'm gonna post it on YouTube.
Okay.
Um, my next steps are to build an author's page, some social media site, and a YouTube page for curiosity and encouragement. It will be there, and that's the file that's going to get sent to schools across the country. Um, my plan is to talk to districts in different states and let them know I wrote a book, let them know what it's about, and if they could just spend one day on a reading day to have my book played on YouTube, and then get some feedback from it. I always want to hear feedback. Uh, Kids are always the most honest when it comes to feedback. So if they tell me, "Oh wow, it was so much fun," or "Look how cute Curiosity is," or "I love encouragement because she's purple," anything like that is what I want to hear.
Do you want
And
to go ahead? Sorry.
and just know that what I made a difference.
Do you want to know what Alma said?
What?
So I gave her my phone. We were in bed, and when you sent me, I think there were screenshots of each page, and I asked her to read it and tell me what she thinks because we were at that stage. And she ended. She gave me the phone back, and I said, "So what do you think?" She said it was the cutest book ever.
Wow, that is wow.
That was her first unfiltered opinion, and right off the bat, I mean, she didn't know anything. I just asked her, "Hey, read this and tell me what you think." And she said it was the cutest book ever.
That is amazing. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. And I think I love the story. I love how it unfolds and how it keeps you curious what's happening next and how the story is yeah, it's a great book.
Thank you.
We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it sent to Romania, and you're gonna have to translate it in. Well, I'm gonna have to translate it in Romanian.
That would be awesome. That
So
would be so awesome. I would love to see it translated into Romanian, and
we can send it to Romanian schools.
that would be so much fun.
I know we can sit here and chat and talk, for hours and hours because you are just so phenomenal. And in my vision, in my opinion, you are such a victorious, powerful person, more than Superman. I know he's your favorite character, but Superman is a little guy. You're amazing. Thank you for sharing your story with us.
You're
And
most certainly very welcome.
for writing such an amazing book for our little children, for the little generation coming, because I think, the way curiosity and not engagement, but encouragement, curiosity and encouragement, the way they change the world through love is what this world needs more of these days. And going in going in the kids' heart and teaching them how to be curious and how to be engaged and how to love each other is what we need. So thank you for writing that book.
You're welcome. And I agree completely and wholeheartedly. Love will change the world.
Amen. That's why we give. That's why we give. We give it. We give it. We give. We give love. Thank you for choosing me to be your friend, and thank you for choosing my voice. I'm not sure how it's a puzzle to me, but I leave it that up to God. I think it was God. I think that's what happened there. Thank you for your time. I'm gonna let you go party because I kept you enough here talking. Maybe I talk too much, but I appreciate you.
You're most certainly very welcome. Thank you for having me on. I am honored to be on your show as well. And I'm going to go live on TikTok here after this and go celebrate and do the first reading of Curiosity and Encouragement. There's going to be some giveaways. There's going to be some contests, and there's going to be some prizes. I'm going to be doing some hand-drawn pictures for people that purchase the book on the TikTok. And I want to offer that to your viewers as well. Should anybody purchase the book within the next 3 days, reach out to you, you reach out to me, and I will send them a hand-drawn picture of either curiosity or encouragement with a thank you note and a signed picture.
Oh my God, that's so amazing. How about they reach out to you directly? Can they find you on Facebook or on all platforms, right?
I am on Facebook, I'm on TikTok, I'm on Instagram. They can find me anywhere on those. And yes, if they reach out to me directly, if they can't find me because my last name is kind of hard to spell there, if they reach out to you, then you let me know, and I will absolutely send them over a hand-drawn picture of either curiosity or encouragement.
Wow. You're, I'm so grateful for you. Thank you. Thank you
You're
for
welcome.
being an amazing person. Thank you for giving with your heart, from having the heart that you do. It's so amazing. I appreciate that. I love to know that my friends are good people, and you're my friend.
You are my friend too.
Thank
I appreciate you replying back and actually working out and having that relationship that we had with the book and then you being so positive and influential in my life. I appreciate everything you've done for me too.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. One more time, I'm going to show the picture. Curiosity and encouragement change the world. And I'm so excited to see the book 2 and 3. I can't say nothing. I'm not saying nothing. I'm excited. I'm very excited. Steven, thank you so much. I keep
You're
saying
welcome.
we keep talking, and I know we're going to talk forever, but we are going to talk forever because there's so much more to come. And I want you back on the show when we have book number 2 coming out, so we can
I
talk
will be there.
about that and just learn, how that came together, and maybe we're gonna see what we can do about that.
I will be there.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I want to thank everybody that was here with us watching. I want to thank you for sharing. I want to thank you for reaching out to Steven or me. I want to thank you for buying the book. And I want to thank you for inviting Steven to read the book at your child's school. And I want to thank you for writing, for making a movie out of the book, or for putting together a play if you're a director. And I want to thank you for being here and watching us. And I want to thank you for supporting Steven. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a great day. Happy St. Patrick. And we'll see you next time with who knows what surprises. Theodora's full of surprises sometimes. But Steven, stay with me. I want to chat with you more.
Okay.